Okay, then let's continue with this video here as we're creating the web form for our new mailing list that we've created. And so once we've clicked save that you saw in the previous video, now it takes us to part 2, which is actually designing the form. And you see right now the minimum form that we have here is it just shows email, and then it just shows the word submit. And this is a preview, and so if we just left it like this, this is exactly what it would look like. But there are lots of other features that you can add to this. Like, for example, over here on the left-hand side, we have name, and I always include the name. I think the name is very important. I like to have it be a first name, and so I'm going to go ahead and click on the name part and drag it over here, and lo and behold, now I have name in my form also. Now you can always rearrange redo the order of this, and so you can bounce those back and forth there too. Also too, once you put it into the form here, you will notice that you get a little pencil here to the side, which is your editing icon, that if you click on it, you have lots of things that you can edit about that particular field. Is it required? Yes or no? I can change the name of it. Instead of just name, I want to make this say first name. I can have it put in automatically a default value if I wanted to. In this case, I'm just going to leave it blank. And so now my form changes to reflect that. Also too, you can add all kinds of other fields to this if you wanted to. So like for example here, I can make a field called you can make it a phone number if you wanted to. And subscriber update, a checkbox here, this is basically just saying that is this a field that the subscriber can log into and that they can update that information if they so wanted to, and they would use the link at the bottom of your email in order to do that. I'm going to leave that unchecked there, and I'll add, and now sure enough I have that particular field there. And you see, just by clicking the plus button, I can move that field over to here, and we have all kinds of different options and such with this now also. Now one of the things also too I want you to notice is that underneath here where it says type of field, right now it says text, but there are lots of other options. If I click on this little drop down menu here, I can make this hidden, I can make it a checkbox, a drop down, radio buttons, a text area. Now, how can you use this in marketing? Well, what if you had a series of checkboxes that said, how did you find us? Or maybe a text area where they actually typed that into there. You could even have a field that said, what is your greatest question that you may have? A little way to survey maybe some of the people who are subscribing or opting into your list. So there's lots of different things that you can do with these, experiment, play around with it, and test it. Always test, be creative, find things that are new. Now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the phone out of our mailing list here, and simply just by clicking the minus sign. Something else too that I don't see very many people do is that this submit button here can also be edited. Almost always I see where it just says submit, but if you click on it, you can also edit the submit button. And so I can make this say send me my free gifts if I was offering free gifts for opting in, or send me my e-course. You can make it say whatever that you want it to there, just simply by clicking on it and editing that particular field. Now also too, if you want to add a headline, you can click onto here, and you will notice then that a full little WYSIWYG editor will open up right there, and so that you can actually create HTML right there and make your little box for your opt-in box there. Now I have to tell you, I don't do this. It is a little bit limited, and there's something else that I'd rather do, and that is I like to make my opt-in boxes offline. There's a lot of great graphic packages and such that you can use that really make your opt-in boxes really look sharp. And so I really don't mess around a lot with this, but you are certainly welcome to and to experiment with doing that. So I'm just going to leave that blank. And then when we are all finished, then all we have to do is click onto our Save button. And with that, we have a little reminder message that no customized verification message. We're going to get to that in the next video. But there are several important factors here that come up here underneath our web forms. First of all, you can create other web forms, and that's very important. You might want to have one web form that's going to be inline right there on your website. You might want to have a pop-up, and then compare the stats between the two of them. Personally, I have found that the pop-up window as a person is exiting is very effective and works much better than the ones that's just static right there on your website. Also too, if you use the correct HTML code, and I'll show you that in a minute, it will also show you your displays, your subscriber, how many subscribers that you've gotten. It will show you your conversion rate and everything like that. It's got some fantastic information there. Let me show you how you're going to do that. And that, notice here where it says the Get HTML. If you click on the Get HTML, you will have two different options. One of which is just a straight HTML option that you can cut this, you can put it into any HTML editor, and you can work around with it, fancify that box up however that you want to. Or the one that I prefer to use is right here, the short little one with the JavaScript. Now the reason why I like using this one is that when I use this one, that is when Aweber has all of its tracking abilities at full force. It's going to be able to count how many displays, your subscribers. It's going to be able to show you your conversion rate. You're going to be able to compare different forms one to the other, and it makes it a very, very, very powerful tool. So I really suggest, especially if you're into testing, if you really want to see how your opt-in boxes are converting, I strongly suggest underneath the Get HTML that you use this code here to paste it into your box or into your website. And of course, as soon as you do that, then that opt-in form will start showing up there automatically. Okay. Now, not only in addition to that, but if you are going to use any type of the pop-up forms, you have to use the JavaScript. There is no other option for it. So hopefully that information you will find is helpful there. And we're going to continue on now and show you about the customized verification message. And we're going to make Aweber happy here by taking care of this. And we're going to do that in the very next video.